Hello, wonderful students, and welcome to your tutorial on completing the comparative stakeholder sheet and additional article information. So what are we going to be doing in this worksheet? This worksheet is designed to help you find your R3 article that is basically your choice of whatever article you would like from the SIRS database that is going to help you with two assignments. First, it's going to help you with the database exploration assignment because you will be completing that assignment on this article that you find. And secondly, it's going to help you integrate and just help support your ideas in your upcoming critical evaluation essay. So notice that I made sure I said integrate or support. We are only going to be using this article very minimally, only in one paragraph for your critical evaluation essay. So you want to really choose wisely and find an article that helps support or refute the ideas from the article that you are reading for the critical evaluation essay. Okay, so let's take a look at the directions. First, you need to make sure that you are downloading the sheet and understanding what you need to do as far as the provisions for your R3 additional article. What you want to do first is you want to take a look at critical reading perspectives, that's in week 1, in order to familiarize yourself with what we mean by an author's perspective or an author or being a stakeholder, okay? Now, why do we need to refresh our memory? It's because in our article that we find, our R3 article, we want to make sure that we're analyzing from a different point of view or from the point of view from a different stakeholder that is on a different perspective from our topic that we've been working on this entire semester. So yes, can you find any article that you want? Well, just about. One, the first requirement is that it is from the point of view of a different stakeholder or a different perspective that we've already been working on. So your first job is to look at reading 1 and reading 2 and decide what are the perspectives or who are the stakeholders for each of these. I guarantee that these are two different stakeholders, two different perspectives. You want to figure out another perspective. So who else might be involved in this issue when you're looking for our reading number 3? So I encourage you to go into week 1 into what is critical reading, into what are perspectives and stakeholders, and really get a feel for who are your stakeholders for reading 1 and 2, and finding somebody or another group that is a little bit different than what you've already been reading about. Then what I would like for you to do is I would like for you to go into the week 5 information, read about information literacy so that you know that you're able to find a good solid article that is going to pass the CRAP test. I would also like for you to go into this tutorial into finding credible sources in SIRS. We are going to be using SIRS Issues Researcher only in order to find an article that is a magazine or newspaper, 3 to 5 pages long, a new stakeholder or perspective, and has been written in the last 5 years. So how do you find that information? Well, once you go into SIRS, all right, I've pulled up some information here. And right here, I've limited to magazines. You'll learn how to do that in finding credible sources in SIRS. And right here, I see that I have a magazine. So magazine or newspaper, right? I see that I can find the author right here. I can see the title of our article right here. I see our publication, our year, so that's a good one. And then I'm going to make sure that I simply link to the article, so just copy and paste the link and go ahead and paste it right here so that I'm able to see the information. Forgot the article title. There we go. All right. Now, you are going to make sure that you have all that information there ready to go. You're going to tell me who is the stakeholder, okay? And I want to know why this stakeholder is important to the prescription drug debate. So, if it's a lawmaker, tell me why they might be invested in this particular topic. Then I want you to really think about, maybe even look around CSRS, okay? Maybe read some additional articles and just kind of get a feel of why this stakeholder might be interested in the topic. So, what is their stance? Are they for prescription drugs? Are they against it? Let me know. What motivates them to hold this stance? So, is it money, right? Is it, if it's the government, is it lobbyists? Who is it that is helping them motivate? We've seen personal motivations from our other articles. So what is it, a personal motivation as well? All right. Tell me what this stakeholder's main concerns are, not the author, but the stakeholder. Okay. So if it's insurance companies or the government, what is motivating them to care? And then I want you to talk to me a little bit about what arguments they might use. So think about the evidence that they might use in order to support their ideas. At this point, you might want to go into the article and start telling me, all right, they used a lot of personal opinion. They used a lot of anecdotes. They used a lot of statistics or some expert opinions. So take a look and see how they actually, and you can click on all of these as well, by the way, and tell me how they are supporting their ideas, what types of evidence they're using. Finally, you have one last question. Since we are using Peter Pischke, does Pischke, would they agree or disagree? Okay, give me an example from Pischke's article that tells me why you think that this stakeholder, okay, would agree or disagree with your article or with Peter Pischke, all right? So I want you to give me a really solid answer and really think it through so that you are already starting to think about what you're going to be writing for your database exploration, but also making sure that this is going to be a good article for your database exploration, but also starting to look ahead to see, would Pischke agree with this or not? What do you think? So that's what I want you to do. Make sure that you download it, all right? Make sure that you download and then essentially just upload into the assignment folder. And then you'll get some feedback letting you know if this is an article or a perspective that you'll be able to use then for your upcoming database exploration assignment and for your critical evaluation essay that's coming up as well. Okay, so it's just a little extra check to help you out. Make sure that you're on the right track. So have a good time researching CSRS. Oh, one last thing. If you are researching CSRS and you come here to a privacy error and it is not connecting for you, what you should be doing then is going in, all right, and essentially going into settings and then clear your browsing data or your cookies, all right? So when you go into here, that should help you then go back into CSRS underneath our library services, and it should help you from there. If you are having difficulty, okay, remember that you can always go into the student resources and tutorials, and then right here, you can find how to contact IT, and you'll be able to go from there, okay? So good luck, everybody. Find a great article. Make sure that you don't just click on the first one that you see. You know, you can really click through CSRS and find something that you really like, and find something really helpful for you so that it's going to support the ideas that you already have about Peter Pischke and whether he is credible or not. All right, guys, good luck.